Hi everyone, it's Nikki Luther here in Palm Coast, Florida. So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what happens if you are searching for homes, you are the buyer, and the home that you have come across that you really want to see says that it is tenant occupied, which means somebody is in there and somebody is renting. So what does that mean to you, who is the buyer? So there are a bunch of different factors that could be going with this property. For instance, number one, the seller of the property is looking to sell it. Right now they are currently having tenants in there. There's currently a lease. The lease could expire in 30 days. The lease could be expiring in 5 days, 60 days, a whole year. You know, for whatever reason, a seller is trying to sell that property. So even though you are trying to purchase the property is subject to that lease. So if you purchase the property and the property still has 6 months left on the lease, you have to honor that 6 months that is on that lease. If the property is, just being put for sale because the lease has ended and they only have 30 days left, that's great. That means after those 30 days, when you're ready to close, that is your house. Another thing that is a little difficult when you're purchasing a home that is tenant occupied is getting inside for showings. Sometimes it's difficult to get inside for showings. Sometimes the tenants don't want the house to sell. Sometimes the tenants have work schedules where they don't want anyone in there unattended, so you have to go by their work schedule. There are a lot of factors in purchasing a home that is tenant occupied that you should definitely talk about with your realtor before viewing that property. Make sure that time frame works for you. If you're an investor and it doesn't matter, you don't have to move into that house, you can collect some income for the 6 months left on the lease, that's great. So you definitely want to check out all those factors before you approach a tenant occupied home. So on another note with that, a lot of buyers do get upset if they cannot get into a home that they really want to see because of a tenant. Now, your realtor can't do anything about this. They have to put the showing request in. They have to wait for it to be approved. They have to wait for that tenant to say, yes, okay, go ahead, we'll be here, or here's the lockbox, whatever. So that's another thing that you have to keep in mind, that you may not always get into these houses. You may have to move on. It's really hard when, you are at the bottom of the barrel, especially in a seller's market where there's not that many listings and this is the last one left that you can't go see. Sometimes it's hard to move on from it, but if you can't get in to see it, if your agent is trying everything they can to get in to see it, don't miss out on other homes just because you're waiting to see that particular one. So these are my thoughts. If you have any questions, you can always email me at nluther@palmcoastrealestate.com or check me out on Facebook /nlutherrealtor. I am also on Instagram, and I would love to hear from you guys. I love talking about real estate and talking about the local area, and I hope that you all have a great day.